Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Hey, everybody. I hope everybody is having a great day. If you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much to my new channel members. And guys, we're going to jump right into this video because we are still talking about Married to Medicine, honey, because it don't get better. And as a matter of fact, it's getting worse and worse and worse. So there was a video that was released, and you guys probably saw it on that. I'm sorry, just give me a moment here on my other computer. In that video, you guys, you would have saw Phaedra just threw her hands up like, I quit. And we already know she quit because she is on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Congratulations to her. But of course, we want to talk about Dr. Jackie, the messy ghetto Dr. Jackie, and of course, Dr. Simone, because I mean, you guys are doctors, and you know the way that y'all treating people on this show, it just don't make no sense. And nobody to me said it better than Phaedra. And Phaedra definitely addressed the situation. She she said what she felt with regards to how she was being treated. And I want to get into that because I thought that was really, really interesting. And we're going to talk about that. And just I'm going to stop it actually before we get into it. So in this particular, snippet or whatever they want to call it, episode that they're showing us, what happened here is Phaedra threw her hands up and was like, I'm up, I'm out, I got to go. I got to get away from these mean girls. So as you guys can see, she's having a conversation with, Dr. Jackie. And for any of you that know, Dr. Jackie most definitely is not a saint. Okay. So let's kind of just get into some of what Phaedra had to say. Okay.
Make everybody aware of the lack of support and how to move forward.
Well, some people can be played with, but I'm not one of them. I don't play with these type of mean girls. So I'm gone.
And I have to agree. I definitely have to agree. Phaedra is telling Dr. Jackie, I don't play with these type of mean girls. This is too much. Like, this has gone too far. As we saw, Apollo was brought on the show, but I think the most terrible part about Apollo coming on the show is Shireen on the show. Keep in mind, this is Phaedra's job. So Apollo's wife, that his now wife, well, now they're going through a divorce. That's a whole nother thing. But the woman that he cheated on her with comes to her job and talks trash about her. I mean, it can't get no worse than that. So Phaedra is explaining what is going on and what she does not like with regards to these mean girls.
Group does not allow anyone new to survive. If everybody new that comes in, they treat them poorly.
So I'm gonna go catch my jet. There's no waiting for me.
I think that these ladies are just stuck in their little 4-ring circus.
Phaedra, you really want to leave like this, though?
I do.
Okay, Phaedra said they are a bunch of mean girls. Nobody can survive in this particular circle because everybody that comes in, they run them out because they're mean. Now, we're not going to sit up here and act like we have not saw this already. If you guys have been watching Married to Medicine for any amount of time, you know that there's been so many cast members, that they just haven't stayed around. There's been a few. If you guys wanted to even name some, we had Lisa Nicole. Lisa Nicole is no longer there. Contessa is back, but then Contessa was gone at one point in time. Anila was there. What about Alicia? I thought Alicia was good. Alicia was definitely a doctor. There were a few others that I just can't remember, but one thing we have learned is that they don't really last on this show. So the fact that, Phaedra is saying, y'all are a bunch of mean girls, I believe that's pretty accurate. I mean, we are seeing what's going on. Sweet tea is being hazed. I call it hazing because if you guys are familiar with sororities, you know what, they do when you want to be initiated into a sorority, which is ultimately, they have a goal. But here it's just y'all just mean, nasty girls. But to me, it is the way that Jackie just deals with it as if what Phaedra is saying is incorrect.
Well, you have a safe trip. I knew Phaedra would be upset, but I didn't think she would leave. I thought that she would come back and come back stronger.
She knew that Phaedra would be upset, but she thought that she would come back stronger. Excuse me? I got dig in my ear. Like, you thought bringing her husband's side chick that he eventually married on to the trip, you thought that would make her come back stronger. I mean, Phaedra is not, I don't know who you think she is. She is not a Toya. She is Phaedra Parks, an attorney. She's a mortician. She does a whole bunch of other stuff. Do not play with her. Like she said, don't play with me. So the fact that Jackie, and I'm just speaking on Jackie right now, but the fact that she thought it was okay to play with somebody about their ex-husband and their mistress, what about this? What about Kurt and his mistress? How would she feel if we played with her about Kurt's mistress? Okay?
I do not think that we are a group of mean girls. I think we're a group of honest girls and strong debaters. They just got it wrong. She missed it. They didn't have.
Huh? Okay, wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand. She said she didn't think that they were a bunch of mean girls. Now, this is a doctor, like Phaedra. She's highly educated, but what part is this lady missing? Was she bumped on her head, or is she intentionally being stupid? She doesn't think that they are a bunch of mean girls. I mean, I get it that they are making, they are trying to make a good show, but I don't feel like this is actually making a good show. I feel like this is more traumatizing than anything, because I feel like Phaedra would have stayed in her marriage. And in fact, she said that at the last reunion. She said if she would have had support, maybe they would have stayed married. But the fact of the matter is that she needed to file for divorce and get away from him. You bring him and his wife on the trip. And then I know, there's a speculation about, well, Phaedra didn't say anything. Well, let me just make sure y'all understand. If Phaedra would have made it seem like it was a problem, they still would have brought him. They still would have showed up, because this is that type of group of girls. The fact that Phaedra said, we're okay, is simply her saying, yeah, we're parenting. Anybody would know that her and Apollo, they're not friends, because Phaedra even said it on the show. She said Apollo does not come in her house. So if she doesn't even allow this man to come in her house, they are simply co-parenting. So I think this was so out of order with regards to, how Phaedra was treated. And as I said before, I was wondering why she did not show up to the reunion, but this solidifies everything, and I understand. And if I was her, I wouldn't have showed up either.
Have that question on the bar. You just have to be strong enough to hang out with this group.
And that part too, that's that elitist attitude, because you are a doctor, but Phaedra is also a doctor too. She's a doctor of law. The credentials are different because one is a medical doctor, or OBGYN, while the other is a doctor of law, but try to minimize her education, saying, oh, they just didn't have that question on the bar. Jackie, girl, you are too fucking old for this. Like, at some point, I know, you guys want this show to last because, hey, it's extra money you get in your pocket. But the way that they present themselves on this show, I wouldn't want any of them to be my doctor, because I feel like, even as an individual that wants to earn money, I feel like you need to still present yourself correctly. Like, I'm not going to be out here looking like a fool just to make a couple of dollars, not even knowing if I'm coming back the next year. So I feel like, that this entire thing that they have orchestrated simply to be able to make extra money, because we know these women work, they have a job. It's not like, if they don't get the money from this show, unlike Quad, it's going to be devastation. But the fact that Jackie wants to minimize Phaedra as if she's less than, that's a problem, because it goes to show how the real problem that they have with Phaedra is they see Phaedra as more than maybe themselves. Because I feel like Phaedra came in, she played the game. She didn't have a huge storyline, but neither did they. So I feel like, Dr. Jackie is damn near 70. If anybody should know, she should know.
It is what it is. There's no chance. That's done.
And then, of course, pretty much with this, Phaedra, she's gone. Like, she leaves, she's out of there. She takes her, ride to her jet, which she jets the hell up out of there. But I thought that, Dr. Jackie, and the way that she acted, I thought that was just real bad. I thought it was real bad. And the thing that really was really concerning to me is that, although Phaedra's and Dr. Jackie's situation is a little different, it's a little similar, because if you guys remember, Dr. Jackie's husband was spotted out with his woman. I believe it was at the airport, honey. So, and rumors were that Curtis and this woman had sex right after they married. So that's a lot, because not only is your man out cheating, he out here free balling and doing everything with people he don't even know. So the fact of the matter that she thought it was okay to drag another woman, which, it's not Phaedra's, responsibility or problem, because her husband that she married decided to cheat, but yours cheated and you decided to stay with him. You don't want to talk about that, but yet you want to participate with another group of mean girls to bring somebody else's wife on there to drag Phaedra. And the reason how y'all know that it was a setup and they was with it, because the stuff that woman was saying, nobody said, hey, hey, hey. It was like they were all eating it up. And this is something else that I wanted to share with y'all, because I didn't really remember this, and it had been so long that, in all honesty, I forgot about it. So when I went and looked, I recall, Dr. Jackie's husband cheating. But look at this, y'all. If y'all can see the article, it says that, Dr. Jackie basically wanted to delete herself after she found out that. So imagine that type of devastation that you would have, but still you didn't care about inflicting the same pain, if not more, onto another woman. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I didn't even realize that the situation with her and Curtis had got to the point where she was feeling like, she didn't want to be around here no more. But just imagine being in that low place in your life. I wouldn't even want to remember something like that. But if you know that you were there, why would you want to put her in a place like that, knowing she has, children, she got to, not only, is she a ex-wife or whatever, she's a mother. So she has to be able to pick herself up and take care of her son. So I just thought that that was real terrible. I think that Dr. Jackie is miserable. I think she is another person who does not want to talk about her life, because I don't believe for one day that Curtis is just seeing her. I believe he is doing everything that he was doing before, except he's doing it in a way that he is not going to get caught this time. I don't think he realized last time that people will probably recognize him. And in fact, he did get recognized. And I don't know about y'all, but I wonder sometime, like, where is he? He's never around. She's always saying he's in wherever, whatever country he's in, which is, you know, I don't know. He may have his own separate life himself. But another person I wanted to talk about is Dr. Simone, because she's another one. And, you know, with her going through what she went with her husband, which I believe was a little bit different. I don't know if he actually cheated, but she didn't like the relationship that her husband had with Tammy. But she thought it was really funny the things that Shireen was saying. Of course, Phaedra checked her, but they also said that it was a lot of stuff that we did not hear. And I can understand Phaedra trying to, you know, maintain her integrity and some kind of decorum, because she's the only one, you know, that is a, you know, real, you know, as far as a reality star or whatnot. So I don't anticipate, you know, Phaedra will want to be getting into it with the likes of Shireen or Apollo. So let's get into Simone and what she did, because I thought her actions were atrocious as well.
Hey, first of all, my name ain't Faye, bad built bitch.
Now, of course, this is the part where, you know, there was the going back with Phaedra, Apollo, and Shireen, in which Apollo is concerned about Phaedra dating Shaq. And then Phaedra is just like, okay, wait a minute. I'm not married to you. What's going on? You all up in my business. And then, of course, Shireen interjected saying, Apollo don't give a F about you, which I'm just like, girl, if you really believe that, you are really, really lost. But what y'all gonna see is y'all gonna see Simone laughing, saying she needs to get popcorn. And in fact, I felt like this went a little bit too far, because, you know, Heavenly said that Shireen wasn't supposed to come, but I believe that Shireen was most definitely coming, and they could have just set that up so that it can be recorded, so that it would make it seem like she didn't know. But I feel like Shireen is a clout chaser, because why would you go to your husband's ex-wife's job so that you can be filmed? But this hasn't been the first time she did it. She did it on Real Housewives of Atlanta. In fact, she showed up to Real Housewives of Atlanta and told them that she was doing the things that Phaedra wasn't doing. Now, that is definitely a clout chaser.
This is like watching an episode of Jerry Springer. It's so
Okay, so this is like watching an episode of Jerry Springer. She even goes as far as to get her popcorn when she's sitting down doing her green screen. So I'm just like, girl, are you really serious? Like, they had no empathy for Phaedra. They didn't think that, you know, Shireen saying all of this stuff that she was saying was out of line. But keep in mind, though, these women are supposed to be women that are supposed to be Phaedra's friends. So imagine, just imagine that you and your friends had a trip and everybody brought their significant other. So you went as far as to invite your friend, ex-husband, which seems creepy. But now, not only did you invite him, his wife came, which, okay, she came, but she shows up being disrespectful. Nobody says anything. Nobody says, hold on, Shireen, or they just let Shireen just run it, say whatever. And they're sitting there like, you know, okay, this is good. This is like, I thought this was really, really bad.
bad, it's good.
So Simone thinks that it's so bad, it's good. And, you know, just like I said, the entire situation was terrible. It was atrocious. And sadly, we have doctors doctors. These are women who went to, not only did they have to go to college, they had to go to medical school. And this is how they are conducting themselves. And then when Phaedra states that they're a bunch of mean girls, Jackie says, "Oh, we're not mean girls. We're a tough bunch, but we're not mean girls." And what is that? So Phaedra, is that just one of the questions that she didn't get right on the bar? So you trying to degrade her education as if she's less than. So these bras they are a piece of work. They are most definitely a piece of work. I don't know what you guys thought about this particular snippet that we will see on Sunday, but I wanted to jump on here and talk about it because I said, man, this Married to Medicine stuff just gets crazier and crazier. And in my last video, I did show you all the reviews, with regards to the show and, how everybody is watching the show. And as y'all can see, that it's bad. So it's very, very low. And that is why you're starting to see all of this different stuff on social media with Toya. Toya didn't say nothing all season, and now she's on social media trying to go after T. And now, Heavenly, she does do her little recaps all the time, but she's been lying even more this season because they're trying to get the ratings up. So y'all got to let me know, what you all think with regards to to the Married to Medicine, because like I said, they are on their last leg. Who knows who's coming back, but we will be watching, and y'all got to let me know.